We spoke about the US president among the world leaders there for the Queen's funeral. He's given a prominent interview where he's spoken about his 2024 intentions and also made some further remarks about the Taiwan issue.
Yeah, major development here in the last hour, Kieran. A 60 Minutes interview Joe Biden has done. We know he's in London for the Queen's funeral. He said he may or may not run in 2024. We'll get to that in a second. But he's also said that if Taiwan were invaded, the US would go to war. Have a listen to this.
To be clear, sir, US forces, US men and women, would defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion.
Yes.
What should Chinese President Xi know about your commitment to Taiwan?
We agree with what we signed on to a long time ago, and that there's a one China policy, that Taiwan makes their own judgments about their independence. We are not moving, we're not encouraging their being independent. We're not, that's their decision.
But would U.S. forces defend the island?
Yes, if in fact there was an unprecedented attack.
Well, that's pretty unequivocal, maybe more unequivocal than it's been before. And then on 2024, look, he says it's his intention to run, but let's see what happens. That sounds like he's not running.
Sir, are you committed to running again, or are there certain conditions that have to be right?
Look, if I were to say to you, I'm running again, all of a sudden a whole range of things come into play that I have requirements I have to change and move and do.
In terms of election laws?
In terms of election laws. And it's much too early to make that kind of decision. I'm a great respecter of fate. And so what I'm doing is I'm doing my job. I'm going to do that job. And within the time frame that makes sense after this next election cycle here, going into next year, make a judgment of what to do.
You say that it's much too early to make that decision. I take it the decision has not been made in your own head.
Look, my intention, as I said to begin with, is that I would run again. But it's just an intention. But is it a firm decision that I run again? That remains to be seen.
So there you go. There'll be billions of people literally watching the Queen's funeral tonight, Kieran, but there's plenty of other news around as well.
Yeah, and those comments from Joe Biden, less certain, and certainly Donald Trump, it looks like one of them's running, and Biden looks the least likely.